If you watched part 1, then we already know what FNORD is. We already know our brain was trained to skip words it wasn't supposed to feel. Now, forget the word for a second and start looking for a number instead. The number 23. Once Robert Anton Wilson and Robert Shea planted this number in the second book of the Illuminatus trilogy, people could not stop seeing it. Birthdays, addresses, death dates, license plates. Some of us are already doing the math in our heads right now. I know. It happens. This is the Golden Apple, book 2 of 3. And if part 1 cracked the door open, this one shoves you through it. Here's something most readers don't expect going into book 2. The Golden Apple, it doesn't move like a thriller. It moves more like a fever dream. Where Eye in the Pyramid gave us a detective story, this one gives us Atlantis, talking dolphins, a secret history of UFOs, a grenade disguised as philosophy. Some readers call this the bridge book. Wilson and Shea stop hiding the cosmic weirdness behind a conspiracy plot, and they just let it loose. But buried in all that chaos, and I do mean that literally, is some of the most important material in the entire trilogy. And instead of just fully narrating this one, I want you to meet a couple of the voices driving it. Hagbard Celine. You may remember him from the first book. The anarchist captain who is racing his golden submarine, the Leif Erikson, towards something most people consider a myth, Atlantis. Specifically, he's racing the Illuminati to a stash of golden statues that's sitting at the bottom of the ocean before they can melt them down and fund whatever, craziness they're planning next. George Dorn, the young journalist from book 1 who got swept up in all this, he's on board with Hagbard, about to formally be initiated into his group. Now, here's how I imagine that conversation going.
You came looking for a story, Mr. Dorn. I should warn you, the ones worth finding rarely let you leave as the same person who went looking.
I just wanted an article, maybe a byline.
Then you picked the wrong ocean to fall into? Welcome to the Legion, Mr. Dorn.
Their group is called the Legion of Dynamic Discord, and their symbol? A golden apple. And there's a character in this book named Markoff Chaney, small in stature, furious at a world that constantly overlooks him. His mission? Something the book calls Operation, and excuse my French, Mindfuck. The idea is simple and honestly kind of brilliant. If rigid systems run on people following predictable patterns, the most effective rebellion is not violence, it's confusion. Leave a sign that makes no sense. Post a notice that contradicts itself. Inject just enough absurdity into the machine that the machine has to stop and ask, wait, is this real? I picture him leaving a note somewhere that no one will ever read it.
This notice contradicts itself. So does the order you live under. Neither of us is lying to you. We're just the only ones who admitted it.
He's not trying to overthrow anything. He's just trying to wake people up to the fact that the order around them was never as solid as they assumed. Now, here's the part that should give us chills. This book's climax happens at a massive Woodstock-style rock festival, and Wilson and Shea set it in a real place, the Groves of Ingolstadt. Ingolstadt isn't made up. It's a real town in Bavaria, Germany. And in 1776, that's the actual year the real Illuminati was founded. And would you like to take a guess what else was founded that year? Yep, you guessed it. Anyway, the Illuminati was founded by a real professor named Adam Weishaupt in Ingolstadt. Two guys writing a satire in 1969 set their fictional climax in the literal birthplace of the real secret society they were joking about. Coincidence? Or did they know something the rest of us are just now catching up to? Let's talk about the apple itself, because the symbolism here is doing more than it looks like. In Greek mythology, a goddess named Eris, the goddess of chaos and discord. Now, she wasn't invited to a wedding, but she showed up anyway. And she threw a golden apple into the crowd inscribed with just one phrase.
Let them decide who deserves it. Let them tear each other apart, finding out.
3 goddesses claimed that apple. A mortal man was forced to judge between them. That one decision over one piece of fruit sparked the Trojan War. One uninvited guest, one small object, one judgment call, an entire war. Wilson and Shea took that myth and made it the symbol for their fictional anarchists, because the message underneath it is just too good to ignore. Chaos doesn't need permission to enter the room. It just needs one moment where the order forgot to lock the door. And once it's in, it reshapes everything. This is also where the Real World 23 Enigma takes root. Readers obsessing over the number, finding it everywhere once they start looking. Did the pattern find us? Or did we go looking for a reason to feel like we'd uncovered something? Here's what I think Book 2 is really telling us. There are 2 forces running our lives, whether we've named them or not. Order, the systems of the routines, the rules we were handed before we could ever question them. And chaos, the part of us that already knows some of those rules were never as solid as they claimed to be.
Order will let you believe the walls were always there, Mr. Dorn. Chaos just reminds you you're the one who built them.
Operation Mindfuck isn't really about pranking a government. It's about refusing to let "that's just how it is" be the end of a conversation. It's about being willing to be the uninvited guest at our own lives, showing up anyway, even when the system didn't save us a seat. The golden apple didn't ask permission to start a war. Maybe our awakening doesn't need permission either. So that's 2 books down, you guys. Hagbard is still chasing gold under the ocean. George Dorn just got initiated into something he probably doesn't fully understand yet. And somewhere in Bavaria, Markoff Chaney is still leaving signs that make no sense, on purpose. Order versus chaos, pattern versus chosen meaning, the frame versus what's inside it. In part 3, Leviathan, every thread we've pulled across these 2 videos comes together. And I'm going to give you my honest take on what this whole trilogy is actually saying about the world we're living in right now. But for now, find one rule in your life you've never actually questioned, not rebelled against, just question. And then question it and see what happens. If this one hit different than part 1, tell me which one in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like, share, subscribe, donate, so I can keep making these great videos for you guys. I'm Brian, and this is Addict to Awakening. And we don't hide from the hard questions. We start with them.